That looks insane. Are you serious?
Back in the day, as we learned, that man was not considered
But
to be.
the only option to get me on the airplane at this point is either to say forget about it or to bail on the trip.
How many of you have ever done a ski mountaineering descent before?
Now all them jokers kept around just like a scarecrows in hometown.
You're in flip-flops. I love it.
From screen to screen, them traveling. But I'm a wanderlust king. I stay on the road. Let me be gone.
It really was an audacious plan to climb the longest route on Mount Rainier, carrying our boats, paddles, life jackets, tents, skis, to make it to the summit, ski down the other side to a river, and then raft back to our bikes before going all the way back to the car. Half the time we didn't even know where we were. There was so much snow, no trails, river crossings. It was just kind of a comedic nightmare.
So this is one of those times where the day has turned fairly miserable and exhausting, and we can't see anything. We really don't know where we are. It's a total whiteout, pretty much. So we're really struggling a little bit. Our pace is about 0.8 miles per hour. It's kind of strange because we're not sure if there's a drop-off on either side of us, or we're kind of on a ridge, I think.
Very, very disoriented, especially for the front guy. Just white in front of you.
This is when the work comes in that we weren't quite expecting today, I think.
When we finally made it to that first night's camp, it was beautiful. The clouds parted and the whole day was instantly worth it. But the next day would be slow and dangerous. Most of what was supposed to be an exposed ridgeline was covered in loaded slopes of snow and cornices. We were scared.
So this is the remnants of our mighty group. We're not yet at the summit of anything. We're not actually even sure where we are. People have altitude sickness, and we definitely didn't do the route that we had intended, or at least pieces of it. We're super steep and sketchy and scary, and nobody's eaten anything. And dry ramen, and they're being forced to drink because we're all incredibly dehydrated. And we built this amazing platform here last night because around the corner was 50-mile-an-hour winds, and we were all about to die. So we can't. It's nice little sweet platform.
They'll never know what I have.
The wind was so strong, it made everything seem so intense, and when we got to the top, none of us were eager to strap our skis on and try to ski off the summit. We just wasted time, and we hesitated because it seemed so crazy to try to ski off of this thing, down a side that we hadn't climbed up. We really didn't know what to expect.
How many of you have ever done a ski mountaineering descent before? Sam?
Bueller?
No.
Bueller?
I have never done it.
No?
Never?
Yeah, let's
Never?
try that then.
If we die and they see this, then we're not going to be respected. If we make it, we're still going to be thought of as
There has to be a first ski mountaineering descent sometime. We're just choosing to do it on Mount Rainier with boats. Because if we lose skis, we could blow up our boat and go straight down.
It felt like we were about to drop off the edge of the world. Even cutting a simple turn was really intense.
He's got, yeah! Nice.
Eventually, though, the angle lessened and the crevasses disappeared, and it became an immense amount of fun.
If I ever leave this world alive, the madness
so
that
awesome?
you feel will soon subside.
At least until the avalanche happened.
Ski tracks end right where Andy caused the avalanche. Then we backtracked and we came down. We tried to cross here, and he stopped, fearing another avalanche from sweeping him over. And even if he had kept going, he'd have still been on that slope right there with giant rock cliffs. So sometimes perspective is a very important thing.
So we stayed on the glacier and cut turns all the way down, trying to make it to the river before dark. And some of us definitely cut better turns than others. By the next morning we were down. We blew up our boats, strapped everything on, and made our way to the river.
But if I ever leave this world alive,
We thought the river was going to be the easy part.
though you have gone from my life.
But it turned out there were so many sweepers, so much deadfall that we had to get out of our boats and portage over and over and over again.
She says, I'm okay, I'm alright, though you have gone from my life. You said that it would, now
We struggled down the river. I got my boat stuck, I lost the paddle, and my brother missed his plane. And in the end, we realized that we just had to emulate the water
It has to just be part
and
of
go
your-
with the flow.
Portage, lift, go, get back in the boat. Not readjust, not, oh, now I'm going to do all this stuff. It's got to be part of the flow. If it's not part of the flow,